I don't care, all politics aside, I want it covered the exact same way if I was a Democrat. That is insane. That means we don't live in the country we think we live in. That is like literally just, that's like North Korea.
Yeah.
And then when they posted those things publicly and they had consequences for their actions because the left is children and they're not used to having consequences, they are now sad because they were losing their jobs.
All right, guys, how to bring her back. Third time's the charm. Broke the internet twice. Let's do it again.
Yeah, right?
And a lot has happened since. Holy crap.
I know.
Assassination attempt.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like we all saw that.
Yeah, everyone was talking about it, but to actually, like, for it to happen.
So many people have talked about it and predicted it. I mean, oh God. I'm going to try to be as PC. I'm going to try to genuinely be as PC and appropriate as possible this time so we don't have to cut any of the clips because I know that has been hard for me in the past. But it's so interesting when that happened. There was like this huge energy shift and I felt it in LA. And it's crazy to feel it in LA. It's crazy to feel anything here. But I just was like, you guys have literally been telling the world for how many years that he is Hitler. You've called him Hitler. You've compared him to Hitler. And then you're shocked when there's some sort of violence against him. And then the second we start reacting, being like, you've gone too far and we're not going to allow this anymore. And then we get upset. You tell us to chill out with the rhetoric. You tried to assassinate our candidate. And we're supposed to be chill about it. And then trying to act like you guys have no blame when you were literally the people who did it and the reason it happened. And it's just funny. It's funny to see them like cower so fast.
Yeah, it's nuts. And the way CNN covered it was pretty crazy.
You know, they put out a statement yesterday saying now they're denying that it was even a gunshot.
What? Still?
Yeah.
Doubling down on their take?
Also, I can send it to you after this. Yeah, so not only are they doubling down, oh, it was loud noises. First of all, like, I don't care, all politics aside, I want it covered the exact same way if I was a Democrat. I would be equally upset if it was a Democrat. That is insane. That means we don't live in the country we think we live in. That is like literally just, that's like North Korea.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in that. But of course, naturally, the loving, tolerant left made millions of videos the next day saying they're sad he didn't get shot. And then when they posted those things publicly and they had consequences for their actions because the left is children and they're not used to having consequences, then they are now sad because they were losing their jobs. I'm like, imagine your child is like 7 years old and their school teacher is posting like they're sad that the president didn't get assassinated. Like, that's a crazy level of mental illness.
Yeah. Destiny got a lot of heat for his take on it.
Oh, because he's insane. That was an insane take.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Even Elon tweeted like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're a grown-ass adult. You should be ashamed of yourself by speaking that way. And it makes your whole party look nuts. I don't even think his party is nuts, and he's nuts and a weird, loser. But I was like, that's just a disgusting take in general, and you shouldn't be called out for it.
I'd love to see you debate him.
It's like, what? It's like, honestly, he's like such a loser. It's like, what? I don't even have anything to say.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't, we, like, you know what it is? At a certain point, you go, we agree on nothing. And that's okay. You enjoy that. Go watch your girlfriend get banged by a bunch of dudes or whatever.
Well, he left him. Forced him, so. Yeah, I feel like he lost some respect from that.
I mean, that was the last, like, if you can still follow someone like that after that, because, like, people can say whatever they want about Republicans. At no point in time have I ever, we make jokes about Joe Biden. I actually think most of us think it's sad, and I've been preaching his elder abuse for a long time. I think it is sad. I think he's a puppet, so it's like, I'm not going to blame him for a bunch of stuff, even though I do believe he's a failed career politician and evil. But it's just like, dude, no Republicans are wishing death on Joe Biden. That would be insane, and it would make us look bad. Yeah. But they're, like, making jokes and, like, so, I mean, I saw liberals having meltdowns that he didn't die.
Wow.
That's normal. Yeah.
That's concerning. There's conspiracies that he did die. That's not him. Have you seen that?
Oh, all the ones coming out today about his height?
Yeah.
No, it being different, looking different. Oh, I love all the conspiracies.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird photos that don't look like him.
You know what I was wondering, though? So the CNN and all the liberal media outlets, they're saying that he wasn't shot. I recall someone saying something that was incorrect and being fined $1 billion for being wrong about something, but that's okay. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
Rules for us, not them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be sued for any amount for that.
Ridiculous. Okay, now he's not shot. okay, we have the gun, the shooter, so we have everything. But yeah, how do you still listen and watch this news network? You have to be so clinically insane at this point. And I'm not even, by the way, that's not even me being like, you should watch most of the news is garbage in general. If you want to like let it play in the background, great. But in general, to like see all this happening, you just have to be brainwashed to a point of like genuinely no return.
Yeah, it's concerning. And they're putting out polls saying Kamala's favored to win.
The most, oh God, you know what? Fine. I find with a woman being president, hoorah, it's all great. A woman of color, because that's all that matters. So, and I'm like, here's the thing though. Why would you want the first female president of color to be one of the dumbest people we've ever had in politics who's achieved literally nothing? Why? Like, honestly, what a setback for women if she's the first one will have, which she's not, because there's no way I trust these polls in general. There's no way she's popular. She's like literally been a laughingstock for the past 4 years. She's accomplished nothing. I've heard no one who wants to vote for her say anything besides she's a woman and a woman of color.
Right.
That's all they got.
Yeah, they're saying Michelle Obama might step in.
She's probably more qualified. I mean, they're both banging their way to the top, so good for them.
I've seen you say on another show that you want men to leave the country. You don't want women.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly why. So say Michelle was in. We have two options. We have Kamala, who is a, cackling idiot who bangs her way to the top, who's done nothing with no accomplishments. And then we have someone who had sex with the president, and that makes them qualified. Not really a good look for females.
I feel that.
It's also like it's embarrassing because like there are so many hardworking, intelligent women. There's a lot in right-wing politics. But, if they were up, they'd be getting crucified right now. It's like, you guys love a woman of color. What about Candace Owens? Oh, no, you don't like her, though. It's so hypocritical. I just think, what's wrong with a man leading the country?
Candace is crushing it. Shout out to Candace.
Yeah, she is crushing it on a lot. I don't agree with her on everything, but she's crushing it on a million things. And I think as a female in that space, I give her an incredible amount of respect. I can't even imagine what she goes through on a daily basis.
It's wild because years ago when I was brainwashed, I would pick Ben over her. But these days, not even close.
I don't think that has a chance against her medal.
Yeah, no, she's probably going to pass surpass him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And now I like that she's diving into, like, a lot of the conspiracies and all this stuff. Obviously, I don't agree with her on a lot of things, and I'm sure she would hate a lot of my views, but I think she's one of the most, like, brilliant women on the planet, and no matter what she's saying, whether I agree with it or not, I want to hear it.
Agreed. How do you feel about Jordan Peterson signing to Ben Shapiro's company?
I feel like he's so good, but I just feel like as soon as
went to the dark side.
Yeah, I just feel like as soon as he signs to them, it's just like, no offense, like I just feel like everyone on that show is just the same exact talking points. It's just coming out of a different mouth. And I feel like if you go too far the opposite direction of them, they're gonna like let you go. And to me, that's not really free speech, and that's not really a creative group that I think but I don't know.
I was upset. I feel like he's kind of lost like a step, honestly.
I think everyone agrees.
Yeah.
When you see his posts online, that's a lot of people say very similar things.
Yeah. Did you see his thing with Nick?
No.
They got in a huge drama.
All these people just keep giving Nick so much power because they just keep getting into it with him. And it's like, dude, that's what he's good at. Just stop engaging and he won't have all that attention if you don't want him to have that attention.
Yeah. I'm having him on, but I don't think I'll post that one on YouTube.
To see that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And like, obviously I don't agree with him with about a ton of things, but it's funny. There's a lot of videos he's posted where I'm like, yeah, we're spot on with that. But it's like everyone in the world is going to have good ideas and bad ideas.
Right.
Unless you're Kamala Harris, so they're all shitty.
Any females in politics that you actually think are decent?
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch. None I can think of off the top of my head.
Nikki Haley?
No. No, not the Democrat, Nikki Haley. One thing, it's weird. I just feel like they almost like kind of promote the worst women in politics. Well, I feel like there are a lot of great ones. I mean, there's a lot of great ones that just, I'm sure work locally as well. But there's not like any that I'm like dying to get behind. Like, I like Vivek out of anyone.
Same.
I wish he would have been the VP, and I hope that he's the next president. I think he's young, he's smart, checks off a lot of boxes, and every time he speaks, for the first time, I actually feel like hopeful and inspired again, which is not something I feel very often. When Trump speaks, I definitely feel that way, and I get to laugh, which is nice as well. But I like him a lot. I don't know. I wish there was more like women in this, but then I see what people like, even me on a small level, and Candace Owens goes through, and I'm like, why would you want to be a woman in this industry?
Right, you probably get a ton of hate, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, even like one of my companies called me and they were like, hey, have you go through any of your like emails, inquiries? Because like, no, what would I go through those? And they were like, it's 50% of people who want to have sex with you and the other half want to kill you. And I was like, yeah, it sounds great. Like, why don't you just ignore all those? Like, it's just tough. I think you're judged so much more like critically.
Yeah.
And then it's also tough when they bring your looks into it and they're just like mean.
Yeah. Well, you play into that card for sure. You have to. Yeah, it brings views. If I was a girl, I'd be doing it too, honestly.
I will say though, like I've said it for a while now. I'm like, dude, this time next year, there's going to be 10,000 of me. I shit new one of me pop up every day on TikTok. All these young girls, especially like college, I think they're going to start trending more conservative with everything going on, like the guys already are. And I'm just like, you know, I see like these young, cute girls popping up and they're like, actually, I love Trump. I'm like, I kind of want to stay home. And I'm like, that's cute. Go for it. I love it.
Yeah. You started the movement.
Yeah.
Props. Yeah.
I tried.
How was the RNC?
It was amazing. I got home and I was like immediately depressed.
Really?
You know, there's just like, I posted online and I just was like, there's just like something, and I guess growing up in LA and, you know, I don't have that community here like everyone else I think really has. I kind of feel like it's just like me against the world here a lot of the times. But there's something about being in a room with people of every age, every race, every religion, every background. The one thing you have in common, to me, is the most important thing in the world, is the love for your country. And just like, I don't know, you just feel like really safe there. There's a lot of like hope and love in the room, and it's a beautiful feeling. And I stated online, I feel really bad for people on the other side that don't get to experience that. I think it's something really special. It's just like, you know, 50,000 people like MAGA hats, something so cool.
I love that. I gotta get out to the next one.
Yeah, I know. You should have been there.
I know. I should have.
We'll be at the next one together.
Yeah. Is it every 4 years or how?
Yeah.
Oh, every 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to the DNC?
No. You know, it's funny. I don't go there for safety reasons. I would love to go there. I'd film them and, you know, get content from all these people, these things, whatever they are.
Viral.
It would be insane.
Super viral.
But honestly, I think they're dangerous people, and I wouldn't go there for my own safety.
They would kick you out.
Quick. Yeah. That one person would recognize me, and it would be Gabe. I'd have to wear disguise, and I'm like, I don't know. It's probably...
Yeah. That's a lot. When I saw Elon speak for Trump though and like support him, I was like, holy crap, things are changing, because he was Democrat his whole life.
Yeah, so was I. And I'm just at this point, I wanted to post today, I'm just like, dude, if you don't support him at this point, I just assume you just don't like America.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, I suggest you go somewhere better. I don't think there's anywhere better. I think it's great here.
I've actually only met 2 Biden supporters in my life.
What were they like?
Crazy. I've had on 1,000 people on the show, and only 2 of them have supported them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because you talk to so many different people.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of it's not politics, but that's honestly everyone I meet or I hear of that's about. They're just nuts.
Great.
They're nuts, and that's all the obviously hate, death threats, everything I get. It's just it's like they're just so far gone into the brainwashing system. I don't really think there's a shot at saving a lot of them. I think if you're in it that deep for that long and you're surrounded by it, I think the most important thing is the people around you. Oh, yeah. I've been lucky enough to always have very intelligent people around me. And when you're intelligent, I think you're more accepting of other people's views and opinions.
Yeah. I mean, there's people out here that support Newsom still.
Which is, they're the same people that support Biden. They're the same people that were like, Biden is doing great. And then they're like, we must endorse Kamala. I mean, it's like, it's sheep thinking on like a level I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah. It's like they don't have their own opinion.
No, and also you see all the people at the Biden protest and the Palestine, and none of them have jobs. Like, literally, it's like, why are you here on a Tuesday at 2:00? You know what I mean? Not contributing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I thought it was unfair how they gave no other Democrats a shot. Like, they just said, Kamala, you're off. Like,
it's funny, the party of democracy completely ignored all the wishes of everyone underneath them, and they were like, we'll allow her, we pick her. Like, who chose her?
Nuts. Like, I've had Marianne Mullins on the show. Like, she just completely got ignored.
Isn't that like it's kind of funny, I said online, I was like, how many people in the country are Democrats? A lot, okay? You guys don't have one person that's a good option. I think that means your side might be pretty flawed. I'll say as a Republican, there's 1,000 people I would be fine with running the country on the Republican side. There's actually a lot of great options. And we all love Trump. We actually want Trump. But like, out of the millions of you guys, you idiots still have one person that's like a good candidate. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's very worrisome.
Yeah, I could think of 5 Republicans just quick.
That's what I mean. And I mean, it'd all be good. I think my life would be better underneath them. You know what I mean? But it's kind of crazy. I'm like, man, still on one person?
Yeah. You think the term should be longer, the 4-year terms? No. You think it's a good amount? Really?
A long time.
Okay. I just feel like it's tough to get like these laws enacted in that time frame.
It's tough, and then also you're gonna be dealing with whoever did whatever before the 4 years. But I mean, whatever, 4 years, 8 years. I mean, I don't think we need people in there for like 10 years. I think that's nuts. Especially like 4 years when it's divided administration, might as well be 30 years.
That felt like a long 4.
This is a long 4.
It felt longer than Trump's 4 for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because people had better lives under Trump, whether people like to admit it or not. But I'm like, yeah, I think if it's a good 4, it's great and it's fast. If it's a bad 4, like we're dealing with now, it feels like 50 years.
Yeah. You think Biden will make it the next 6 months, or you think he'll?
No, I don't even know if he's real. I don't even know if he's real. I don't know if he's alive. His height changed.
The signature change.
Yeah, the signature changed. Also, did you see when Kamala was talking and she was like, "Oh, the recording," and then stopped herself when she started recording, and she was like, "Oh, the live phone call or whatever."
So they just used AI to analyze that call.
I think so.
It wasn't him.
I mean,
98% chance it wasn't.
On behalf of all Republicans, I hope he is alive and I hope he's well.
I've been big got rid of him too.
But I don't think he's out of there now, so we'll see. AI's crazy now.
It is.
And especially, I'm like, dude, you could put like all this like full NASA on. I think there's a million things they could do.
Dude, there's like deepfake porn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's even videos of Obama speaking that are 100% fake that you're like, how is this not a real clip?
Nudes.
Really?
Yeah, they can take the mouth to the words now.
Yeah. So like, we have no way. And also, like, think of the technology they have. They run everything in this country. Who knows what they're doing?
Yeah. You've been blowing up on YouTube.
Woo! Finally got that algorithm.
2 months ago, already at 150K and
178K.
178K.
Yeah.
Tens of millions of views.
Yeah. I'm shocked. I think with all the platforms that I'm sure you do for a living, it's like Instagram seems to be, obviously, if you follow me, you like me, I do very well on there. Twitter, I'm like X, I'm just starting to grow on. YouTube, it seems to be an older crowd that's a little bit more intelligent, that seems to like the clips, but watch the long form videos. And I think they're going there for a bit more of a learning experience. And then TikTok is just as far left as you could possibly imagine. Everyone on there is like, Allah Akbar, praising Islam, and they hate Trump, and Kamala's, it's like the most psycho platform ever.
I just lost my verification on TikTok.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Sneako clips. Yeah, they took away my verification. I had a strike, which I didn't know you could get off TikTok.
What did he say?
He said a lot, but I don't know which clip exactly it could have been. He spoke out against that Chris guy from Mr. Beast.
Oh.
Chris Tyson.
Is that the one who's like a pedophile?
Yeah, so he spoke out against. That's what caused all of this. Like that video from a week ago.
Why is anyone upset if he's a pedophile and he's saying something?
Well, they found that out after, but he's been saying it for a long time.
So he was right, and everyone should say you were correct and we're sorry.
Yeah, but TikTok's deleting those videos.
Yeah, well, they love pedophiles on that app. I'm not shocked. It's like, what is it, the Kyle Rittenhouse scene? It's like, what are the odds that he shot into a crowd and like 30 of them were pedophiles?
Yeah, but here's the thing: if it wasn't for Twitter, no one would know that he was a pedophile. They were the only platform that allowed it.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok takes down. Honestly, I think TikTok at this point, I don't think any of us should plan on like going hard and growing there, because every time I post, it's shadow ban, it's all hate messages. It's crazy that you'll post something and get taken down. If you saw the DMs I got, how those aren't flagged, I mean, those are.
People DM you on TikTok?
I have like hundreds of thousands, probably in the DMs. They're all death threats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And some of them like showed my boyfriend. He's like, you should like go to the police station.
It's that bad? Has anyone ever showed up physically to you?
I had a guy show up at an event I was supposed to be at and had like a 2-page handwritten manifesto.
What?
And thank God I happened to not go to that event. And my friends were like, you should probably like get this paper and like go to the police.
Wait, he wrote 2 pages up?
Like handwritten, like some notes. I honestly was just like, thank God. By the grace of God, I did not go to that event.
You might have to hire security soon.
Yeah, it's just going to get to that point with everyone.
Yeah, especially if you get signed to like Fox News or some big platform.
Yeah, I mean, people, like I said, I think the left is genuinely the group that's extremely intolerant and dangerous. And it's funny, a girl made a video on TikTok and she was like dancing in front of the RNC. And she's like dancing to piss off all these Republicans who hate gays. Republicans don't hate gays. You know how many gay people Republicans have in the movement that are extremely successful and promoted and high up? That rhetoric I don't understand anymore, but I was like, what's so funny? Notice how no one's paying attention to you? And if I did that with a MAGA hat on at the DNC, I'd be assaulted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this whole rhetoric of we're the violent party, like we're just not. After you tried to kill our president, what did we do? Did we burn the country to the ground? No. You guys do that every day for fun. You did it yesterday. Like, Jesus.
It's nuts. You think they'll try to take him out again?
Yeah. I listened to Tim Dillon and Alex Jones did a really good episode on YouTube of all the predictions. And yeah, I think they'll try every single thing they can because he's already won.
Jeez. Who do you think was behind it? There's a lot of new evidence coming out on it.
Everyone with 3 letters. FBI, CIA, DNC.
Because they're all controlled by.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah.
There's another conspiracy out about like a woman. Well, first of all, we need to keep Trump safe at all costs. That's all I care about. I'd rather him not go out, not speak, and if he's going to, put him in a freaking titanium box or anything in the world to protect this man. You know, clearly God is looking out for him as he should be, because I believe Trump is a great person and loves this country. Because why else would you do this? Imagine everything him and his family goes through. I mean, it's insane. He literally took a bullet for us. But I'm just like, and he doesn't even need to. He's already won. Yeah. That's why they're trying so hard. But yeah, I think they're going to do everything they can to try to take him out. I mean, they tried to assassinate our president. This is a little bit crazier than people give credit.
Yeah, no, it's scary. It does feel like the most lopsided election of all time in our lifetime.
This is going to be the craziest election of our lifetime, and I don't think anything will ever compare to this.
Yeah,
it feels like us.
It might be like 80-20.
Yeah.
Like, it's really lopsided.
Like, Kamala has no shot.
Maybe some left states, but like no swing states, in my opinion.
No. And it's crazy, too, because people forget how many registered Republicans are in California. And I'm telling you, like, I'm running into people from high school, everyone I know who is part of the LGBT community. They are all voting for Trump.
Yeah. I never thought Cali would flip in our lifetime.
I mean, literally, I don't know anyone in California who was, unless they're a psychopath I don't associate with, that is not voting for Trump. And I'm like, I'm getting people to the polls this time. I'm like, we're going in groups. I literally tell people, I'm like, if you are not voting, you are not associating with me anymore. I don't care if you think it's fake. I don't care if you think it's rigged. We are showing up this time and we are voting,
right.
Especially when, like, you know, innocent people are, like, literally dying every day. I'm like, this is a great state. Let's, like, attempt to save it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now Gavin Newsom today wants to clean up the homelessness.
All of a sudden, right?
See, it's almost like something's happening. We're going to benefit from it, that now you want to pretend to care about these issues.
Are they doing mail-ins again this election?
They'll do everything to cheat.
But COVID's not even here anymore. Why?
Like, show up in person, have an ID, and vote. That's what you do as an American.
Yeah.
There's no other argument for it. It's ridiculous.
Do you need an ID to vote? Because I thought they were making the illegals vote.
California, I'm sure they're just going to
show a piece of paper.
Yeah. And I'm sure the second I walk in with a MAGA hat, that vote will just somehow fly into the dumpster.
Yeah, I hope they switched the system or whatever they were using that got exposed. Imagine if they use that again.
I remember, like, 4 years ago when, like, everyone that was, you know, taking all the ballots and throwing them in and throwing them out had, like, N95s on and pink hats. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sure she'll be really honest with my ballot.
That blew my mind because there's little videos of that and the guys never got trouble.
There's literally tens of thousands of videos of that. And same with the movie that they made that came out,
about Facebook.
And ballot harvesting and all that. Also, Mark Zuckerberg now is like a Republican.
I like his new character arc. I love it.
I hate these people so much. I don't forgive him or anyone like him for all the damage done. Because I'm like, you literally contributed to where we are now. You suppressed information. You took people's platforms down. You were like this super leftist and like, oh, now you want to come out? I mean, whatever, great. We need everyone we can. But I'm just like, I'm not forgetting about all the you did before.
He's on damage control mode.
Yeah. He's always like a bro.
Yeah.
Well, very bro now.
It's got so loud, like people like us are speaking out about it. It's like unavoidable now.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like, you know, we were saying earlier, like a lot of people, like my friends that have never posted about politics in their entire lives, my friends who are, whatever, OnlyFans, chefs, models, whatever it is, they're like, I've been silent for 4 years. They destroyed this country. I'm voting for Trump. If you don't like this, you can unfollow me. I'm good.
Yeah. Amber Rose.
Yeah. Yeah. An amazing example.
Like A-list celebrity and grew up in Cali, like can't get much more extreme transformation.
Oh, this is a good state because we've seen how much these policies have destroyed our state and how dangerous it's become. The homeless, I mean, how aggressively violent the homeless are. Women are getting attacked every day. It's exhausting.
Yeah. People still calling you racist?
Every day, baby. Every day. That word means nothing.
Yeah, it's lost value.
It's lost 99% of its value.
They tried it on Trump for years. I haven't heard it much with him anymore, but they tried for years with him.
Yeah. It's funny though. It's like like 3 of my best friends are black and my boyfriend's not white. And it's just like, so how long are we going to go for this?
Yeah. Well, you keep them private, so people don't know that, right?
Always. Yeah, that's what you do when you love people. You protect them, especially in this career. Anyone on social media, you need to be careful.
Yeah, you were saying he's not even in politics, which is wild.
God, no. He hates politics. He's like, I think it's all nuts. It's all insane. He was like, I hate it. Depressing. And I'm like, you're right about all those things.
Yeah. Shout out to you, though. That's what Brett Cooper does, too.
She's like a private.
Married, but yeah, private.
Yeah. I mean, I will never even post a photo.
Wow.
Never. And my children as well. Never.
You have children?
No, I said my children, my future children will never be on social media, will never be posted anyway.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about that too.
Yeah.
I don't even have kids yet, but.
Well, why don't you, if you love something, like I said, why don't you put it in the line of fire?
Yeah.
You know, it's also like our responsibility is like, we chose this and we're adults, so we need to protect the people around us.
Absolutely. What's next for you? Alex Jones?
I hope so. I want to just, I think the next, 3-4 months, we just pop out as much content as humanly possible. And more important than anything else, we actually get people to go vote this year.
Love it, yeah. Everyone watching this, please vote November, right?
Yep, Trump 2024, baby.
Trump 2024, if he's alive. If not, I'll go with Vivek because it's not.
Anyone on the right, anyone that's not Biden, Kamala, or Democrat, we need to swing as far right as we possibly can to try to correct this country.
We got stuff below, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.